Pro Extra is the Home Depot's free loyalty program built for pros. Members earn perks just for shopping, like new Pro Extra dollars or tool rental perks. Get exclusive benefits every day that save time and money. And here's an extra, $20 off your next in-store purchase of $200 or more, just for signing up. Want to save? Join Pro Extra, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Visit the Pro Desk in-store at homedepot.com/Pro Extra for details.
The NCAA Tournament 2016 is here. Here are some betting news and notes for the first four of the NCAA Tournament. Of course, it's brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. And folks, I'm Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com. I have been winning publicly for you since 1988 on the score phones. Another winning NCAA tournament at OffshoreInsiders.com. Again, www.OffshoreInsiders.com. Let's get to those betting news and notes. Now, first of all, when we talk about the margin of cover, it's also called the sweat barometer. It is very similar to a scoring margin. It just measures how much a team covers the point spread by, plus or minus. Luck factor, we get that from KenPom.com, and he describes it to measure the deviation between a team's actual winning percentage and what would expect from its game-by-game efficiencies. Now, from a handicapping standpoint, we consider the luckiest teams to be overrated and with a downside, and the unluckiest teams to be underrated with an upside. Rankings we give are out of 351 Division I teams, and the offensive and defensive efficiency is based on points scored or allowed based on 100 possessions, because points for and points against very deceptive because of a pace. A slow-down pace team is not going to get as many points, but will give up a lot less. So this is more adjusted for a team's efficiency, so it's not distorted because of the pace they play. All right, for Tuesday's games, Fairleigh Dickinson and Florida Gulf Coast. Past Cinderella team FGCU is a hefty 6.5-point favorite. A key metric says that Dickinson is fairly lucky to be here as the 5th luckiest team out of the 68 and the 20th most lucky team in the nation overall. Florida Gulf Coast 3-3-1 in their rare line games this year, but covering by an average of .41 points per game. They made the bracket of 68 despite the 182nd best offensive efficiency in the nation at 102.7. However, Fairleigh Dickinson is bar none the worst defensive efficiency in this tournament, allowing a whopping 114.1, a ranking of a very rancid 335th in the nation. In a surprise, 73% of the early betting is on Fairleigh Dickinson. Very high percentage for an underdog, as most of you know. The public definitely prefers to bet on the favorite. Again, more news and notes brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com for the NCAA Tournament. Vanderbilt and Wichita State. Many consider this to be the best play-in game in the history, with Wichita State laying 3.5 to 4 points. Shop around at the best sports books as listed on OffshoreInsiders.com. Commodores are the most unlucky team in the Big Dance with a luck score of minus .110 and 6th most unlucky team in the country overall. For Wednesday's game, Southern against Holy Cross, oddsmakers say it will likely be a Southern night as they're laying 3 to Holy Cross. Holy Cross had just 5 line games that covered them all by an average of 15.8 points per game. That is the best in the nation among teams with 5 or more line games. The only 3-3 against the spread, Southern covered by an average of 4.1 points per game. Holy Cross has the worst offensive efficiency of any team in the tournament, getting just 97 points per 100 possessions, which ranks 297th overall. Southern, though, is 3rd worst of the Big Dance teams, getting exactly 100 to rank 244th overall. Holy Cross has the 3rd worst defensive efficiency in the tournament, allowing 105.8 points per 100 possessions, which is 217th in the nation. Cross has a better strength of schedule ranking at 295 compared to the 336th ranked best schedule in the country for Southern. Tulsa and Michigan in the battle of teams that barely snuck inside the bubble. Michigan is a 3-point chalk. Remember, they're without Carice LeVert, who averaged 16.8 points per game on 4.9 assists and 5.3 rebounds. However, he has not played since December the 30th. A stunning, absolutely stunning 90% of the early money when this line was released came in on Michigan. You want the power of more than 620 sports services behind each and every play. Exclusively on OffshoreInsiders.com is the Master Lock line, which made its debut in 1980 on the score phones, the old 976 lock numbers, and you get only the highest rated plays from the highest rated services in their highest rated sports. And again, it is 100% exclusive to OffshoreInsiders.com, where you're going to get a couple $100 worth of picks each and every day for pennies on the dollar. OffshoreInsiders.com.
Call 1-888-FARMERS to switch, and you could save an average of $470 on your auto insurance. That's a lot of money in just a few minutes. With savings like that, you could be lounging on an impractical amount of ornate and overpriced throw pillows you bought for your couch. But you won't, because you're better with money than that. That's why you're calling us in the first place. Call 1-888-FARMERS to get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Based on average nationwide annual savings survey data July to December 2020. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate. Products not available in every state.